Primetime starts right now.
Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax.
NFL Primetime, back to the mothership, and we picked the right game to follow. Boomer, Booger, glad you could be with us. Championship Sunday, you know the storylines. We'll have the NFC game in a moment. Everybody just looked at the AFC game. It lived up to its billing and then some, as we knew it would.
Boom, no doubt. We waited on this game all season long. Could Josh Allen finally get over the hump? I think America wanted him to. Everybody except those in Kansas City.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment, but we know the storylines there. All the teams that had a chance to three-peat, none of them could make it even back to the Super Bowl. 8 tried, none of them made it. The Chiefs would try to make 9 a charm, but the Buffalo Bills, weren't they due? They want to get back to the Super Bowl for the first time in over 30 years. We do remember a few of them. And Josh Allen playing the role of Peyton Manning. Would he finally beat Patrick Mahomes playing the role in the playoffs of Tom Brady? That's the storyline. The game was better. Here we go at Arrowhead in case you missed it. Chiefs hosting Bills. 4th time they've faced off in the playoffs. And even though 4-1 in the regular season, Allen over Mahomes, Patrick, number 15, the new dad of 3, against Josh Allen. He's 3-0, as you know, in the postseason. Would this be different? Would Chris Jones, during the anthem, would he and the Chiefs defense stand tallest? Opening drive, Kansas City, Mahomes to Juju Smith-Schuster. Like Buffalo's fed everybody on offense, this was everybody early but Travis Kelce. Then Kareem Hunt running hard, running left. 7-0 Kansas City, and they score first, as they did in that Baltimore championship game last year.
No doubt. Just love the physicality of Hunt setting the tone early.
And so the Chiefs drive. They lead 7-3. But wait a minute. The first Chief turnover since their loss in the regular season to Buffalo.
Yeah, that's on Patrick Mahomes. He's got to be responsible for that football. A little lackadaisical Buffalo Johnny on the spot.
And the Bills are the best turnover team in football. They were plus 24 in the regular season. And so the big play by Ed Oliver falling on it, then Josh Allen to Khalil Shakir. Very good in the slot, 24 yards. Big 3rd down conversion, Buffalo on 3 and 13. James Cook, what would he have cooked up? How about a touchdown? Bills in Kansas City going, yeah, you took the lead. We got it now, 10-7. Next possession. Kareem Hunt on 3rd and 1. Buffalo defense stuffing them.
Yeah, really good job. How about Milano fighting back from the injury, making a play in the backfield?
Got better every week. In the playoffs, you saw him. This game, he was as good as gold. 4th and 1 from the 39. What will the Chiefs do? The electric eel. Mahomes keeps it himself, runs for 6, so 4th down conversion, and Kansas City keeps it going. Under 5 to go in the half. Xavier Worthy, remember the opening game that he had 2 touchdowns? He would be a big play guy. Everybody love it in Kansas City. It's 14-10 Chiefs. Now, 4th and 10, Nico Remigio.
Okay.
Right? Watch him field the punt. Uh-oh. He bounces outside. Chiefs special teams of Dave Toub. They block field goals. They block extra points. And this is a big punt return of 41 yards to set up a field goal possession. 3rd and 5 from the 29. Mahomes pressured. And this was, first the Bills have it. Then Worthy, the youngster, wrested free. Ty goes to the runner.
Boom. I'm not so sure this was not an incomplete pass. The Bills caught it. Then the Chiefs got it. Tony Romo thought it was incomplete. In the end, it turned out being the Chiefs' ball.
Well, let's look. And McDermott, obviously would throw the challenge flag.
Yeah, ball. Watch the ball, though, Boom. Ball, tip of ball hits ground right
there. But it didn't move.
Yeah.
But it didn't move. Play calls. Hey, who are we anyway? 3rd and goal. Mahomes, he's in. And the Chiefs lead 21-10, so they had a 10-point lead at the half last year on the road in the championship game against Baltimore. They never really recovered. But these are the Buffalo Bills in this game. Josh Allen Keon Coleman. Can they score before the end of the half on 2nd and 6? Tick, tick, tick. Couple plays later, 29 seconds to go in the half. He's a unique one, and he's become a big play guy. Mac Hollins, yabba dabba doo. He dresses like Fred Flintstone. He makes the catch over McDuffie. What a play for the touchdown.
I think he was one with the turf in Kansas City. What a throw, an even better catch, Boom.
So they kick, but a penalty, and they go for 2, but they don't get it. 21-16. Now, Chiefs punt to start the second half. Cook bounces outside. So Kansas City figured we'd get a 2-score lead. No, sir. Down to the 37 goes Cook. Played a big game for Buffalo. Allen takes it himself. On 4th and 1, first down Bills. Now 3rd and goal at the 1. Watch this. Is he going to go left a little? The Chiefs are ready for it. And now Buffalo has a decision booger. 4th and goal from the 1. What's Sean McDermott going to do? Well, they're going to try to get... No! It's going to be a pitch from Allen to Cook. Beautiful play, and a beautiful play by Cook to get over the pylon.
Really good play design, a little speed option, but how about the effort by Cook? Put the left hand down, right hand across the goal line, touchdown.
People are nervous at 22-21, but the Bills go for 2, and they don't get it. So it's a 1-point lead beginning 4th quarter, 4th and 1. Allen gets it, putting his body on this is what he does.
Yeah.
Football player making football plays. But later in the drive, Boog.
Yeah.
4th and inches.
Really didn't like this call, Boom. Everybody, even on the scouting report, knew anytime they got into the tush-push formation, Allen was going left. Kansas City knew it also, and they stopped.
So, what a big stop by inches by the Chiefs. Now Mahomes, little over 12 to go to Juju Smith-Schuster. Big gain of 29 yards into Buffalo territory. About 10 minutes to go. The electric eel, scrambling, sneaking, slithering for a touchdown. 2 rushing touchdowns. Mahomes, 27-22 Chiefs. They're going for 2. And whereas the Bills did not make it twice, the Chiefs make it here to Justin Watson. So a 7-point game, 29-22 Kansas City. 2nd and 1 Buffalo. Dump to Cook. First down and much more. He's got lots of room down the sideline at 23 yards. Under 8 to go. Tick, tick. 3rd and 8. Allen. It's Hollins again. 32 yards down to the 6. Bills with goal to go, but now it's 4th and goal from the 4. Just a 3-man rush. He had time to find Curtis Samuel. We're tied at 29.
Big-time find by Josh Allen in the back of the end zone, Boom.
Now the Chiefs under 6 minutes to go. You knew everybody would get the ball a couple more times. One of the few times they could find Travis Kelce, but a first down gain of 11. They had trouble finding him in that first game in the loss to Buffalo. They had trouble finding him here, but Mahomes found others, like Worthy. Very worthy of a play inside the red zone, 23 yards. 1st and goal from the 10, 4.5 to go. Look out, Jordan Phillips. Buffalo defense said time for us to make a stand. Forcing a field goal by Butker, which he makes it 32-29. What would Josh cook up? He cooks this up. Look at the moves. There's the hit. Scramble and a gain of 13. 2 minutes to go. Buffalo 4th and 5, own 47. Blitz. Josh in trouble. Throws. Kincaid can't make it. Furious George Karlaftis and others in on the play.
Yeah, no doubt. Well-timed up blitz there by Spags. Karlaftis is always there. Big game Spags, once again, Boom, putting his team in position to win.
They didn't see a blitz like that the whole game. That was exotic, to use the words. Now, minute 35 to go. Bills out of timeouts. Can the Chiefs get one more first down? Sammy Pirine. Everybody handle the ball on offense. First down, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Josh has sat here before. He played great. But Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending twice Super Bowl champions, will have a chance to go to New Orleans to make history. Chiefs 32, Bills 29. Chris Jones after the game, the big fella.
We are back in a very familiar place. You have done it again. How does it feel?
Winning feels great, man.
winning on the highest level always feels amazing, man. Feels good. A lot of adversity thrown through us throughout the year. Just all the obstacles, players going down, injuries, and just the adversity we had to overcome throughout this year. What makes this year so special for us?
It's not fun, but to beat the champs, you gotta to beat the champs, you gotta beat the champs, and we didn't do it tonight. Yeah, they gave a good look. Didn't see anything in my first cadence. We were sliding left. Corner came. Yeah.
Not the result we were looking for. So proud of the guys. They battled. They gave it everything they had. Just came up a little bit short tonight against a really good football team. Losing CB hurt us early there. But overall, the guys battled and just came up a little bit short tonight. Looks like it could have gone either way. We had some plays. I thought some plays were had a chance to convert a fourth down there, fourth and short, and then another fourth down late in the game there. And looked like we had a chance to catch it. Didn't work out that way.
Jeff Darlington, thank you to him. He's always great at getting Chris Jones there. Look, in case you missed this season, the Kansas City Chiefs, who when they play everybody, have had only one loss since Christmas last year, and that would be the regular season at Buffalo this year. They play tight games. Yep. They win every one-score game. They're as well on defense, if not better than they are on offense, which if you watch the early Kansas City Chiefs of this Super Bowl run, you wouldn't necessarily say that. But they had just enough of each. And Patrick Mahomes' numbers, how about some of his numbers in the past? No. 245 throwing, but the key runs at the key time, despite the Bills forcing one Chief turnover, the first turnover the Chiefs have made since the Buffalo game last year.
Boom. What do we always talk about? In the biggest games, the Chiefs' best players always show up. Mm-hmm. And today was Patrick Mahomes. He was very efficient with the passing game, getting the ball out, throwing the football to his players. Boom. But in the end, it was Patrick Mahomes' legs that kept drives alive. It was Patrick Mahomes' legs that led the touchdown. His ability to get outside the pocket. And we don't think of him as a scrambler, Boom. But I tell you what, 11 carries, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns, a long of 12. His ability to extend plays, the mobility, and he's always keeping his eyes down the field, finding receivers, finding running backs. It played a key role in the game today. And I think when Buffalo looks back on this, they're going to have to figure out a way, when they get in these big games, how do you take 15's legs away? Because we knew it was going to happen. We've seen it time and time again. We came into the game talking about you can't hit Patrick when he runs, when he scrambles. They knew he was going to do it, and they still couldn't stop it today. 11 carries, 43 yards. He was able to control and manipulate the game in the key moments with his legs.
Because it's not always a part of the game plan. It's not when they expected least.
Correct.
But when they expected littler.
Yes.
If that's the right way
to
put
question.
it. Look, defensively, let's give the Bills credit. That drive at the end of the half to score to get him back in the game, then the drive to take the lead third quarter. We saw, so at times the Chiefs defense, I don't want to say on their heels, but Buffalo moving the ball. But yet, there were 3 sequences that the Kansas City defense in the fourth quarter or late in the game came up huge when they needed it. And that's really been the tone, certainly last year. And if you win all these one-score games, it's been a huge tone this year.
The devil's always in the details, Boom. And anytime that Buffalo got into this tush-push formation where it was going to be 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1, the scouting report was they were always going to go left. Everybody knew they were going left. And in this game, how many times did you see Buffalo get in that formation and they went left and they got stopped? And then in the very end, on the critical 4th down play of the game, they come with a nasty split. Okay, the receiver is tight. Spags decided to sing the corner. I don't know if that was a check or design play, but the corner is so close to the formation, the corner comes, safety covers for the corner, and Josh Allen said, we slid the line the opposite way. So they slid the line opposite of the protection. In that situation, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, dialed up a blitz that the Bills had not seen. And it was a short blitz because the split is nasty, meaning the split is tight to the tackle. So the corner has less distance to travel. Josh Allen had no chance whatsoever to get rid of the football. And in a critical situation, Spagnuolo once again comes up with a blitz to deter Josh Allen and the Bills.
Well, you heard Josh was still befuddled, well, at least if we're to read in the soundbite.
He had no idea.
Often when the corner or the safeties come, it's not we're expecting them to make the tackle, but it's to free up Chris Jones, which it didn't. Yeah. They picked him up well down there. but it was Karlaftis. It's to free up another player or two.
Correct, yes.
And he probably saw 7 Chiefs, right?
Well, no doubt. And that's a situation where if you're Josh and you think that corner's coming, and instead of going Liz, sliding protection to the left, you go Rip. But here's the problem. He didn't expect him to come, so he slid the line to the left. Therefore, Karlaftis in the corner came free. They're going to look back on that and wish they would have noticed that. But again, you can't cover for everything. It's a tendency breaker by the defensive coordinator, and the Bills are going to wish they had studied that just a little bit more.
It's not the type of thing he often calls up in the first half or even first half of the
Critical
third
moment.
Quarter.
He waits for critical moment.
And he may not have run it all year. They may not have seen it on tape all year long. Look, we have plenty of things to talk about the Buffalo Bills as well, but the NFC Championship game, yeah. You don't think they were having a good time in Philly? Washington, could the rookie get him to the Super Bowl?
NFL Primetime is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
Since starting the farmer's dog, Booger has lost so much weight, and he has so much more energy. It's like a puppy again. Mambo! This is a before picture of Bogart. Such a big boy. Pre-portioned packs. Makes it really easy to keep him lean and healthy. And look at him now. He's like a show dog.
Bogue, can you give Daddy a break here? He's having a hard enough time.
USAA for the military community and their families.
Cut. Sam, I really need to feel that USAA service. Gronkier.
Grunkier. USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. You? I wouldn't get your hopes up, son. USAA. Are you eligible?
Subway's got a new meal of the day with chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, make it a footlong for only $3 more. Huh, big hungry. Is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your fresh with the all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway.
Chunky is spicy, and it's good to be spicy. I'm talking hunks of fiery, delicious protein. Oh, is it hot in here? Or is it just chunky? Soup that eats like a meal.
What's the name of that feeling of getting the world's #1 vodka for less than a parking space at the stadium?
Well, that's easy. It's Smirnoff Stuff.
No.
It's Smirnoff Extraordinary.
We're really good at this job.
We are very good at this job.
Instantly, DraftKings, you make the playoffs even more exciting. Legendary NFL coach Jim Moore. What do you think?
You kidding me? Instantly? Even if I don't win a playoff game?
Yes, Jim. Even if you don't win a playoff game.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Instantly?
Instantly.
Are you kidding me?
Who's calling these press conferences?
New DraftKings customers get in on the NFL playoff action and turn a $5 bet into $200 instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
At University of Phoenix, we're earning career-relevant skills with every 5 to 6 week course and updating our professional profiles in weeks, not years, as we pursue our bachelor's and master's degrees. Earn career-relevant skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys,
get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster.
I take the first shot, you keep it coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something.
He is must-see television every time he puts that uniform on.
College basketball, it never disappoints.
Oh! How fun is this?
The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, the NFC Championship game. The Philadelphia Eagles you take a look back and you go, wait a minute, since October 1st, they lost one game.
Pretty good.
That was to Washington. They split with the Commanders during the regular season. They lost one game. They're rolling at home, but here come the Washington Commanders, who don't know any better.
Yeah.
And their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. No rookie has ever led his team to the Super Bowl. Would this be the time that it would break through? Or would the Philadelphia Eagles, with their 2,000-yard back and their seemingly rejuvenated quarterback, be just too much? Here we go from the city of brotherly love, NFC East showdown for the NFC Championship game. And the flag at the Link, the home of the Liberty Bell and so much more, and the rookie Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts. Would he be okay? Saquon Barkley, he's been okay all year. First play of scrimmage after a field goal for Washington, like the Wilbert Montgomery play we ran from 1980 last week's show. One touch, he's gone, nothing's changed. 7-3 Eagles.
Typically, we watch Saquon Barkley, but if you get an opportunity, watch the left tackle, Jordan Mailata, number 68. He pulls and just knocks several human beings down, and Saquon Barkley takes it the rest of the way, Boom.
They were human beings until he knocked them down. Under 6 minutes to go, first quarter. All right, Jaden to Diami Brown with a dynamic play, trying to, but Philly defense. Zach Vaughn with the punch out. Reed O'Don, you sunk my blankenship, falls on it.
It's becoming so popular. Zach Vaughn, what a year by him, all pro, knocking that ball out, ode to the peanut punch.
And there you go now, Philly with short field. Jalen Hurts, well, he can't throw. Baloney to the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith. This was close.
Yeah, it was close. They didn't review it. I probably would have taken a peep at this when that right toe was on the
line. They're hurrying up, and who more to hurry into the end zone? Who better than Saquon Barkley? 14-3, fly Eagles or run Eagles run. Wait a minute, Tress, no way. It's going to be a fake punt to Ben Sinnott. Washington, why not?
Why not? Those tricky Commanders.
And they get a field goal. It's 14-6. Halfway through the second quarter, Commanders, Daniels, Terry McLaurin on the slant, shakes one. He could go all the way. They cut it to 2. Washington goes for 2. They don't get it. 14-12 game late second quarter.
He needed more touches on the day, Boone McLaurin.
He did. Eagles now 4th and 5 with 2 minutes to go in the half. A.J. Brown. Hurts to A.J. Brown using his wideouts.
Anytime it's one-on-one, Boom, he was eating today. A.J. Brown, what a day.
And Philadelphia thought they might be able to make some hay against Lattimore and the young secondary. Now Hurts to Smith, but Lattimore is flagged. Marshawn Lattimore for pass interference, and he plays hot.
Well, Boom, it's the same Lattimore from New Orleans. He's a little bit of a hothead, but in that situation right there, it was the correct flag, pass interference, and sets up the tush push.
Jarring with Brown, the tush push, despite a change in the center position. Now Lattimore, Brown, how you doing? What are you doing after the game? You know, maybe we'll get together in Baltimore. It's halfway through. Not quite.
No, and Boom, here's the thing about it. In a game of this magnitude, you can't make it about yourself. And every now and then, Lattimore does that. If I were the coach, I would have set Lattimore down.
Well, they go for 2. They don't get it, so it's 20-12. But on the next kickoff, Jeremy McNichols. Uh-oh! Will Shipley forces the fumble. Fellow running back Kenneth Gainwell falls on it.
A lot of self-induced mistakes early on for the Commanders, and this was another one, Boom.
And they hadn't turned it over at all. Their special teams have been one of their real pluses this year. So another turnover with under a minute to go in the half, and all of a sudden, a 14-12 game, it's 27-12. Even though, give Washington credit, short time they kick a field goal. So maybe we have a game. 27-15 now. Hurts, Dallas Goedert. Their passing game, even before this day with the wideout, Goddard's been great in all 3 playoff games. Hurts, keeper. What knee problem?
I thought they said the knee was
okay. Fine. I was told he's fine.
It looks
Guess
good to
what?
me.
I didn't get lied to. Way to go, Howie. 34-15 the Eagles. Daniels to Zach Ertz, the one-time Eagle, played a big game, played a big role. Jaden jukes out Nolan Smith. What a run. Commanders go for 2. So 34-23, maybe. Seconds left in the third quarter. Daniels to Austin Eckler. Look out! Another punch up by Oren Burks, and Vaughn is Johnny on the spot.
But here's what happens, Boom. Eckler falls down. He's trying to get up. He uses his right hand to get up. Therefore, he doesn't have but one hand on the ball. Punch out, ball down.
Oh, so now 3 turnovers, right? Both teams came in at +6 in the playoffs. Not anymore. So +9 for the Philadelphia Eagles. So early in the fourth after that, Barkley going to go left. And almost scores, but by the hair of his chinny chin, or that's Jeremy Chin, who saved the touchdown, but it's 1st and goal. Now, Frankie Louvu, he's able to leap tall buildings with a single bound.
And I understand why they're doing this, because if it's offsides on the defense, you're only moving it 6 inches. However, if you get the offense to jump off sides, you're backing it up 5. So I get the premise why the Commanders are doing this.
And look at Sean Hockley, the ref, going, wait a minute, now what are we going to do now? You're going to try it again? Really? Really? What? Hold on. We're doing it again? What's happening here?
Washington has been advised that at some point the referee can award a score if this type of behavior happens again. For now, it's a replay of 2nd down.
I love it. This type of behavior, at some point, reward a score. I'm good there. I mean, they don't want to do that.
And what type of behavior would I didn't get that.
It was like we're down here for like a rugby game for about 10 minutes. But at any rate, it was awesome. Good job, Sean. They score. The Eagles snap ball, 41-23. Nolan Smith with a sack. And then, in case you forgot, Barkley, 2,000 yards. Only Terrell Davis has more yards in a single season, including the postseason. And Barkley will have another chance to break that mark, even though it's not a mark. And then guess what? Those Gatorade things are heavy when they're full.
Oh, heavy. Boom. Had the opportunity to pick a couple of those up. They get pretty heavy.
Well, you know what? That's a bat, and that's Bobby Wagner. Maybe the last game of one of the best middle linebackers that we've seen in the last couple of decades. Jeffrey Lurie, congratulations, the George Halas Trophy. Bobby with over 2,000 tackles. We can talk about him in a moment. But the Eagles get 7 rushing touchdowns, fittingly tying a record. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts, he's talking about going back to the Super Bowl for the 2nd time in 3 years.
And I think the beautiful thing about this sport, about this team, and for me, from my vantage point, how we've been able to evolve over the years since I've been here, is finding ways to win in multiple ways. And it's a great help when you have a defense like that, turning the ball over, playing hard and playing ferocious and flying to the ball. And we need to find it in us to muscle out one more.
Twice in 2 years, man. Unbelievable. Back to the Super Bowl. What was it about this team that allowed you to be so resilient?
I think just the whole year, the way we started it, coming into training camp, it being about us. It being about us, nothing else. And I think when you have a great team, you know, Coach always said it, you can't be great without the greatness of others. And that's kind of the message that we embodied all year round. So, man, I don't even know what to feel right now. I'm just trying to find my wife. I can't find her in this whole mess.
There was so much talk about Jalen Hurts during the week, and yet he came through big time in this game.
Always, man. You can't count him out. That's why we don't listen to anything outside that building. We know what we have in our team. We know what we're about. We come out here and we have to show it, and we showed it tonight.
Obviously, man, it sucks, man. It sucks. Excuse my language. But just I couldn't be prouder of the guys in the locker room. You know, just year one, everybody not really knowing each other. Rookies, the vets did a tremendous job of, you know, bringing us in and helping us out. And, you know, we all just meshed, and, you know, we got to this point. But at the end of the day, man, you know, we lost. It sucks. But we'll move on from this.
So the Philadelphia Eagles with 55 points today. They started having these conference championship games in 1970 after the merger. And that's the most anyone has scored. 1970 is a long time ago. The Bills beat the Raiders 51-3 at Buffalo in 1990. You can see the others in the high 40s. The other note that I was going to say, 7 rushing touchdowns. Only the 1940 Chicago Bears had 7. They won that game 73-0, so fittingly that was the George Halas Trophy that they handed out. But let's start with each team came into this championship game +6 in the turnover margin. Well, Philly leaves at +10 with the 4, and Washington with the 4. Look, they got all those turnovers from Detroit. They know what it meant. They knew they couldn't turn it over maybe once. This is an avalanche. Too high a hill for them to.
Well, no doubt, Boom. You said it best. It's the story of the playoffs. Anytime you give up 4 turnovers, and it's not just the fact that you turn the football over 4 times, it's that the subsequent possessions led to touchdowns. Okay, you fumble. McNichols fumbles the football, runs into the back of a guy, drops the football. Then you get the punch out there by Zach Bond. What a great play. That is a forced play. Ball comes out. He's had an all-pro type season. Eckler is on the ground using one hand to get up. So he's only got one hand on the ball, therefore he cannot protect the football, and it leads to touchdowns. So it's almost like a double whammy, Boom. You turn the football over, and then they score. And now the morale of your team is sucked down. We knew Washington had to play a pretty much perfect game. They were outmanned in this game. I think everybody realized that. But the things that they had to do to win, they didn't do. Limit Saquon Barkley in his big plays. First time he touches the football, he goes 60 yards. Not turn the football over, 4 turnovers. So I think in the end, Dan Quinn will be proud of his team, but he's got to realize in these big games, more games are lost than won. They lost the game by turning the football over today.
Well, he knows it, and that Philly at the time, because Kansas City won. So of the what? We've had 12 playoff games.
Yeah.
10 of the winners turned the ball over 0, okay?
Yeah.
The Chiefs won with 1. So that's part of it. I thought Jalen Hurts threw the ball.
Yeah.
Threw the ball. The best we've seen. Look, we know the type of receivers that they have.
He's got some
in the Slim Reaper and A.J. Brown. And Goddard is outstanding, right? He's been the most steady receiver because they throw to him. I thought he threw the ball the best we've seen in 2 months. Do you agree?
I completely agree, Boom. And it's amazing how, like, we talked about Jalen Hurts as if he was a scrub. Talked about him throwing the football to the receiver, A.J. Brown. We didn't know what was going on, what's wrong with the connection. Today, he probably played his best football game of the season. He was accurate. The football came out. And the connection between him and A.J. Brown, which we thought should have been that way all season, was back again today. This was the version of Jalen Hurts that I think everybody in Philadelphia expected to see. He gets a bad rap because they have the best offensive line in football. And they got the best running back in football in Saquon Barkley. Everybody wants Jalen Hurts to throw for 300 yards a game. He's just got to continue to be himself. They're going to run the ball. They ran the football over 230 yards today, but it was his connection in those key moments. When you line up one-on-one against A.J. Brown, can I get the football to him? This version of Jalen Hurts is just fine. And I think everybody in Philly, more importantly, everybody across America who was disrespecting him, saying that he couldn't play, he was the weak link, they owe him an apology because he played his behind off today.
Well, no weak link by our eyes today, and no weak link in the eyes of his coach, Nick Sirianni.
It's amazing how much doubt there is sometimes. I can't quite comprehend it because, it doesn't look like people think it should look like. But the guy has been clutch. He's won a ton of football games. But you ran for this many yards. We don't care how we win. We don't care. If we rush for 300 and pass for 1 and we win, great. If we rush for 1 and pass for 300, great. Who cares? We've just continued to win. He's just continued to win, and I think the criticism is, whatever. He just wins. And I said what I said after the game, and that's kind of how I feel.
Well, he'll do that. He's Philly all the way.
Yeah.
And Nick Sirianni has taken a team to the Super Bowl for the 2nd time in 4 years.
And Boom.
Say what you want.
Exactly. Say what you want. They wanted to fire him early in the season, Boom, remember?
Yeah.
He was raving to the crowd, get Sirianni out of there. It's amazing how some of these coaches, and I go back to Ryan Day in college football. Ryan Day just won a national championship at Ohio State. His fan base wanted to fire him after he lost the Michigan game. You look at Ryan Day's record, it's like 69-10, impeccable record. You look at Nick Sirianni's record. He's going to the Super Bowl again, Boom. He's got a team that's about to go back to and have an opportunity to slay the dragon in Kansas City. Regardless of his method, his style may be unconventional. They may not throw it across the lot. He wins football games. And I think the number one job of a coach is to get your players to follow, to come up with a game plan to put your players in the best position. Everybody wants them to throw the football to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. He's got the best offensive line in football. Howie Roseman has the best roster assembled in football. This is the best roster in football. Whether they win the championship or not, I do not know. We'll talk about that later. They have the best roster in football, and because they win a certain way, people criticize the coach and they criticize the quarterback. The name of the game is to win. And Nick
Ask the
Sirianni
Chiefs.
deserves a lot of credit for how they win.
You know, I could tell this is big because you bring this out, 21st century.
Yeah,
stuff
I mean,
here
this
at
is
prime
technology.
time. I could tell this is big. But on the Eagles, you said it a different way than I would. They have very few question marks, the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, nobody bats 1,000, right? There's a hole here and there. Very few questions.
A lot of answers. They got a lot of answers over there, Boone.
A lot of answers.
A lot of answers.
And I think they answered a lot today with 55 points. We got more on this game. We have more on Washington. We certainly have more on the Chiefs and the Bills. Stay with us on NFL Primetime. It's fun for us to have an hour with even a commercial here and there.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys,
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99, only at Pizza Hut.
If you have wet AMD, you never want to lose sight of the things you love. Some things should stand the test of time. Long-lasting Eylea HD could significantly improve your vision. More people on Eylea HD had no fluid in the retina compared to those on Eylea at 4 months. Eylea HD is the only wet AMD therapy that helped 8 out of 10 people go up to 4 months between injections after 3 initial monthly treatments. If you have an eye infection, eye pain or redness, or allergies to Eylea HD, don't use. Eye injections like Eylea HD may cause eye infection, separation of the retina, or rare but severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. An increase in eye pressure has been seen. There is an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke associated with blood clots. The most common side effects were blurred vision, cataract, corneal injury, and eye floaters. And there's still so much to see. If you are on Eylea or a similar type of treatment, ask your retina specialist about Eylea HD today for the potential for fewer injections.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA. Are you eligible?
Honey, you were so right. I listed this in less than a minute.
I told you listing on Poshmark was quick and easy.
Oh, I sold my black tote and my slip dress. Let's go get mani-pedis.
Ooh, thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Poshmark.
Every new listing by February 5th gets a chance to win a $50,000 prize pool. Terms and conditions apply.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys,
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99, only at Pizza Hut.
PGA Tour Live on ESPN Plus. I just can't get enough of the fans.
I can't get enough of the noise.
The energy, the sheer excitement. It's a full season, and it's all here on ESPN Plus. I just can't get enough.
Welcome back to Prime Time, and the Pro Bowl games are back in Orlando. The first 6 events of the skills competition begin Thursday at 7 Eastern, right here on ESPN. The final 4 events Sunday, starting at 3 Eastern. It all culminates with 7-on-7 flag football, with Peyton and Eli back to coach the AFC and NFC teams. Should be a lot of fun. Once again, history is always fun. As a history major at college, and I regard myself as a football history major here in my pro life. The Kansas City Chiefs are the 9th team to try to three-peat. The first 8, none of them made it to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are already farther than any of the others. 3 of them made it to the conference championship game and lost. One of the Steelers teams, the 49ers in 90, and the Dallas Cowboys, who won 3 of 4 but lost the championship game. But the Chiefs are going where no three-peat hopeful has ever been. Jeff Darlington, with a guy who's going to his first Super Bowl and played in his first championship game, DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre, what does it feel like to come to a team, to contribute, and to find yourself on the way to the Super Bowl?
It feels amazing. I knew this was going to happen. When I signed with the Chiefs, when that day happened, I knew it was going to happen. It's been a long time coming. I've been in the league 12 years, so I knew it was going to happen.
What does it mean to have a chance to win 3 straight Super Bowls?
Yeah, I don't know if that part's sunk in yet because we're just happy to get the Lamar Hunt Trophy, especially for, Clark, the Hunt family. here in Arrowhead with all these great people, but I think I'll just worry about that right now and worry about the other thing later.
I love it. Spags is as good as it gets as defensive coordinator. Duh. Still sounds like that heavy Massachusetts, New England accent. You know, you look at stats if you didn't watch the game, and of course they won by 3, the Chiefs booger. Yards are almost exactly the same, upper 300s. Time of possession is within a minute of each other. And yet there is one little part, although the Bills have the chance to win it or tie it, but one little part that jumps out to you.
No doubt. If you just look at the explosive plays in the game, let's look at 3rd and 4th downs. The Bills were a combined 9 for 20 on 3rd and 4th down. They had a lot of them. Chiefs were 6 for 10. That tells me that the Chiefs were getting more explosive plays. They didn't get to 3rd down as much as the Bills. Spags made the Bills earn every single yard. They had 20 3rd and 4th downs combined. They were having to earn every single yard, whereas on the other hand, Mahomes and the Chiefs, they were getting the football, they were getting first downs and chunk plays. And here's the best thing about it. They did it without Kelsey. What have we heard all week long?
2.
He caught 2 balls. Take 87 away and you can beat him. Take 87 away and make somebody else beat you. Well, guess what? Xavier Worthy today. The most targets, 85 yards receiving. The other people stepped up. We saw Hollywood Brown step up. And so if you're Andy Reid and the Chiefs, that's fine. Take 87 away. I got other weapons, and those weapons are healthy. And as long as 15 is there, boom, it doesn't matter. 87 was a decoy today, and he'll clearly play decoy going for his 3rd Super Bowl in a row.
You know what, though? Both teams, the Bills, have been their mantra on offense all season long. Everybody eats. If I'm not mistaken, Mahomes had 8 different receivers. I think Josh had 9.
Yeah.
But again, almost similar for the Buffalo Bills. They made it to the championship this game after that big win last week over Baltimore. But the Chiefs are in their way no matter how well they play. And for the Bills veterans, like Dawson Knox, it's tough.
It's devastating, and it takes a while. I think, unfortunately, I've felt this type of pain before, and even more so this year. But I got a bunch of guys in this locker room that I love that we'll be able to lean on each other, and I've got an incredible wife at home, incredible support system, an incredible family. We'll be able to move on eventually. There's definitely some pain, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. We'll be able to move on.
Boy, Dawson, listen, let's remind everybody, I know this won't sound like much in late January after you've almost got back to the Super Bowl and the city was on its ear. I mean, I understand that, and I speak to the people at Buffalo. But if you go to August, there were questions. Is the window on the Chiefs closing a little bit? Aren't the Jets an equal pick to win? This is August. The AFC East and Miami, they're certainly going to be. The Bills, for the first time in a while, they might not win the East. I'm not trying to make this easier. But I'm trying to say, if you put in perspective how far this team has come and how well Josh Allen played, and offensively they were by far and away the end of the year. Let's see, Denver was even plus 28 turnovers. They scored the most in team history. I know today it hurts. They came a lot farther than a lot of people thought, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, they came a lot further than a lot of people thought, but they didn't come as far as they thought they could go.
And that's
themselves. And I think that's the issue, Boom. There was this cat that played basketball named Michael Jordan.
I heard of him.
And during his time, there were a lot of great players. Malone, Stockton, Ewing, a lot of great players. They were just born at the wrong time. I don't know if Josh Allen is in that situation now with Patrick Mahomes. But he's run up against this guy. He's changed his game over and over. They said he turned the football over too much. He didn't turn the ball over this year. They said he needed to get help. He still needs more help. Josh Allen, in the back of his mind, has to wonder, what do I have to do? He played a good game today. Now, does he need more weapons offensively? Yes. They need a legit number one that can fit in. Stephon Diggs didn't do it. You get him away. It was addition by subtraction. You get Amari Cooper. He didn't give you a lot. He needs more weapons offensively. But in the end, Boom, this goes on the quarterback. The wins go to the quarterback. The losses go to the quarterback. And I think Josh Allen has to ask himself, was I born in the wrong era? Because Mahomes is not going anywhere, Boom. He's not going anywhere whatsoever. This is number 5, and he's going for 3 in a row. Going for his 4th overall. So at some point, they got to figure out a way to get over the hump. And I don't feel bad for anyone because everything in this game is earned, not given. They got to figure out a way to go earn a Super Bowl because the Chiefs continue to do it.
It seemed like Peyton Manning was 0-10 in the playoffs against Tom Brady. He was 0-2. You were on the Colts team that actually, in that unbelievable game, Peyton ended up 3-2 against Tom in the playoffs, which most people forget. I know he went to Denver and New England always lost there, but that's not the point. So for Josh and the Bills, I know 0-4 in the playoffs, but they're both in their 20s. I wouldn't give up any hope. I mean, it's not like you're knocking against the wall and never going to break through. It's hard.
It's hard. No question.
Ringo Starr sang it. It don't come easy.
My favorite guy, Ringo.
32-29. The Chiefs moving on to the Super Bowl, as are the Eagles, for what could be a great rematch. More in a moment.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys,
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
Stuck at the DMV, and I think I'm late on my car insurance.
Good thing the General gives you a break with flexible payment options.
Let's get you a break while you wait.
What is this place?
This is our DMVIP.
Vending machine charcuterie?
Ooh.
For a great low rate, go with the General.
wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys,
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
The pictures on your phone are photo books just waiting to be made. Give us your photos and our free 24-hour designer service will make a book for you overnight. If it means something, make it something. Use code TV40 for 40% off Shutterfly orders over $29.
That's crazy.
Oh, you guys seen this?
Your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that or you don't want to.
who you think they talk about?
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
Who you think they talk about? Talk about us.
Stand by for proof of death.
You want me? Come and get me!
Captain America, Brave New World. Get tickets now. You're watching NFL Primetime. Presented by Intuit TurboTax.
The Commanders picked the wrong time and the wrong team to turn it over because they were great at it all year. Against the rest of the league in 17 games, turned it over 10, the young Commanders. Against the Eagles in the 3 games 4 times today, 10 in the 3 games. Philly knew it. Our intrepid Sal Paolantonio with one of the guys responsible for the turnovers today, Eagles linebacker Zach Bond.
2 punch outs for you, caused 4 turnovers overall for your defense. What was it about your defense that said you're going to come in here and dominate like this?
Yeah, just doing what we do. Take the ball away, play a physical brand of football, over-communicate out there on the field, and just play our brand of football, and that's what we did.
Off your credit, I didn't, they caused them. It wasn't, a fumbled snap or, something that was, reckless in that way. They caused them. And so I'd be remiss if I didn't point out to, that's a good job by Fangio and their crew of creating the ball. And like we said, we knew both teams were at +6 after 2 games. So it was something we talked about a lot, to winning the turnover margin in this game. And so over 7 weeks, we've been, pretty complimentary in that spot. And this was our first time not doing that.
And that's the right thing for DQ to say.
No question.
The last was just a Hail Mary type of throw, so that the last was an interception.
Right.
Washington won 4 games last year. New owner, new general manager, new coach, new quarterback. A. That's a pretty good report card. I understand it hurts on this day. And Jaden now is the 6th rookie to try to lead a team out of the championship game to the Super Bowl. It didn't work. But my goodness, is the sun shining on the Washington.
No doubt, Boom. They have the one thing that you want as a player in professional football, hope, and a quarterback. Jaden Daniels has reinvigorated that city. He's reinvigorated that team. And I know they didn't win today, and they're going to figure it out, and they're going to look at this team and figure out what they need. They got to get better in the secondary. They need a star corner. Lattimore, I'm sorry, he's not in anymore. They're going to need an edge rusher. Bobby Wagner is giving you a ton at the linebacker position, but they have to get a little bit younger there. And offensively, he needs more weapons. But because the quarterback is a force multiplier, watch how many people want to go play for Washington now. Snyder's no longer there. New ownership. People are going to clamor to go play with this young kid. The future is bright in Washington. And I think so far they have nothing but great things to say about the quarterback. They got to get the offseason right. Free agency and the draft, they got to attack it. But there's no reason they shouldn't be in familiar positions like this in the future.
Haven't had NFC East versus NFC East in the NFC Championship game since the 80s, and Washington was in both of those.
Yeah.
So that was the division back then, you know, and there were lots of those teams, Giants, Dallas, et cetera, et cetera. Game balls. Speaking of Philly, who vanquished Washington.
No doubt. I'm not saying it's a redemption tour, but it's a redemption story for me. Jalen Hurts. We talked about the quarterback all season long. Boom. He was outstanding today. They can't win because of him. They can't win. They can't get the ball to A.J. Brown. You know what he was today? Boom, 20 for 28, 246, 1 touchdown. He ran the football 10 carries, 16 yards, got 3 touchdowns. He was absolutely awesome, and he's going to have to be at his best in 2 weeks against the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets going, as you said in different words before. So my game ball, as Jalen certainly did for Philly, look, it's not about stats. It's not 500 yards. It's a W. Patrick Mahomes, when he needed to find the receiver, whether it was Kelsey or only twice there or someone else. And when he needed to be the electric eel, he threw for 245. He ran for 43, ran for 2 touchdowns, threw a touchdown. And by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl. And if you want to know how he is in money games, look at this. Playoff winning percentage if you've started at least 10 games. He's 17-3. Hello? Only Bart Starr, who lost his first and won the other 9, has a better percentage. The Hall of Fame, I mean, look at the people on this list. And Patrick is 17-3 with a chance at 18-3 with a rematch against the Eagles. And why don't we talk about that game, Booger, when we come back?
Let's do it.
Subway's got a new meal of the day with chips and a drink for just $6.99. Or if you're big hungry, make it a footlong for only $3 more. Huh, big hungry. Is that a thing? That should be a thing. Find your fresh with the all-new $6.99 meal of the day at Subway.
I'll only be gone a couple days, Rumi.
Yay.
I put all the important contact info on the fridge.
I know how to get in touch with USAA. I can file a claim or chat right in the app. USAA. Auto, home, life, and bank.
Are you certain he'll fit?
Sure.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. When you need certain promo gear, you can be certain 4 Imprints got it. Quality apparel? Got it. Drinkware? Got it. Bags? High-tech? Outdoor? Got it, got it, got it. So go get it at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
For plant-based healthy blood pressure support, there's one brand at Walmart that stands above the rest. It's Super Beets. Discover why more cardiologists recommend Super Beets for heart health support than any other beet brand at superbeets.com.
What's the name of that feeling of getting the world's #1 vodka for less than a parking space at the stadium?
Well, that's easy. It's Smirnoff Stirrstout.
No.
It's Smirnoff Extraordinary.
We're really good at this job.
We are very good at this job.
We're better together because I can talk about any subject with you.
We laugh so much together. They are my sisters. They celebrate my wins with me.
You make me a stronger woman, a stronger friend, and a stronger sister.
That's why we are better together.
I guess I'm not the easiest person to please. I like things just right. That's why I love Redfin's home recommendations. They know what I want even before I do. A home that's just right.
Yes. Yes. Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed, crust, pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys,
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
Goldilocks needs a place of her own, and fast. Thankfully, she's on Redfin. They update their listings every 2 minutes. And with so many options, she's bound to find exactly what she wants.
This one's just right. Is she leaving?
Oh, it's happening. It is happening.
Legends collide. Tiger versus Rory. Global star power versus elite superstars. Same sport, different arena. Get ready for an epic showdown. Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Jupiter Links versus Boston Common Golf. This is TGL, presented by SoFi. Keep up, it's golf.
The 2025 Pro Bowl games. This year's stars show off their best moves in the Skills Show.
Oh, my goodness.
Plus, the AFC and NFC meet again in flag football.
Touchdown.
Skills Show Thursday on ESPN. Flag football Sunday on ESPN and ABC.
NFL Primetime is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
Super Bowl Sunday, once again, 4-hour pregame. Postseason NFL countdown. No show is better at it than this. That's Sunday, February 9th at 10 a.m. for 4 hours. And then Booger and I and Alex, an NFL primetime after the game, from the field, talking to the biggest participants, talking to coaches, talking football. He's won 301 games, all with the two teams that are set for a rematch in the Super Bowl. We're talking about Andy Reid.
I would tell you we're motivated like crazy to win the game. I mean, that's what you're motivated to do. You get caught up in that other stuff, all the hype that goes with it, and then you forget about 3rd and 1 and detail on that, either side of the ball. So you've got to keep everything in perspective. And really when it comes down to it, all the confetti, all that's great. I mean, it's great. Nothing like doing it with your home fans. But it's going to come down to a football game. And the team that prepares and makes the least amount of mistakes will come out, the victors.
They had, as you may remember 2 years ago, a roaster in the big toaster. What a game this was between the Chiefs and the Eagles. 2 years ago in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts was great. A.J. Brown between two Chiefs. The Eagles led 14-7, first play, second quarter. This was the one miscue. Hurts under pressure. Nick Bolton bolts for the end zone. Defense ties it at 14. 9.5 to go in the fourth quarter, 28-27, Mahomes and Chiefs. Patrick to Sky Moore, open on the left, 35-27. But with 5:20 to go, Hurts, the tush push, touchdown. They go for 2. They get it. We're tied at 35. From 27 yards out, Harrison Butker. I mean, we could have done an 18-minute highlight. This game was great. What a shock. The Chiefs won by 1 score, 38-35, and now we get set to do it all over again in your home area. Gumbo, can you buy me some gumbo? It's going to be great.
Gumbo, char-grilled oysters, whatever you need, I got it.
I want to say one thing about the Chiefs, and this is more a life thing. Life is a series of increasing your odds. I don't mean to preach. We talked about it all year. Kansas City, they don't quite look like the team last year. But they carved out home field advantage in the playoffs. Yeah. What did that give them? Yeah, never going on the road, which they won the 2 games there last year. But they didn't have to play both Baltimore and Buffalo.
Good point.
And not to say they wouldn't have beaten them both, but why try if you don't have to? They increased their odds, and they cashed in on this day. Will they cash in again?
No doubt, and I think the early read on the game, boom, it's going to be a line of scrimmage game. The Chiefs' offensive line, the tackle position, they moved Joe Tooney from left guard to tackle. You got to deal with Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. And on the flip side, the Eagles are going to want to run the football. The big difference between last game and this game, Saquon Barkley. What does Steve Spagnuolo do with Saquon Barkley? He'll be the best player on the field. Can the Chiefs take him away? That'll be key.
Is there old magic left in the hat, or is this Philadelphia's turn? Both teams have been there. They're not going to shy away from the hugeness of the game. And by the way, neither are we and neither are you. That's why we love the game of pro football. For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. See you in 2 weeks.
Against Buffalo anyway. I don't understand what they were challenging it for. It's going to be Kansas City's ball either way.